All right, so good day to everyone. So we will be looking into another topic. It's another exciting topic, very relevant, especially nowadays. So our topic for today is reading and understanding nutrition labels. So question natin is, ano nga ba yung mga labels na yan na nakalagay sa mga packaging whenever we buy food items? So we will be looking into these things. But before we proceed to understanding this nutrition labels, we need to know first or answer first some very important key label questions. So the first question that most of us probably would be asking is, how many calories am I actually eating? Ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng mga calories na nalagay doon sa ating nutrition labels po natin? Second, are these values, yung mga calories, nutrition facts on certain vitamins, for example, mga fiber content natin, fat content natin, are this number actually high or these numbers are actually low? Then the third question that we have to answer is, what nutrients should I limit or get enough of and why? So doon sa nutrition labels, hindi lahat ng nutrients that we have discussed are actually included. There are only certain nutrients. And some of these nutrients, we have to limit it. Some of these nutrients, we need to get enough of this. So question is, ano ba yung limitations natin? Ano yung value na dapat hanggang doon lang tayo? And ano masabi natin yung okay na values natin? Then ano nga ba yung mga nakalagay doon na percent? So what does this percent DV mean? So DV actually stands for daily value. And lastly, what does a percent DV or how does I mean percent DV help us or will help you to make healthy food choices po natin? So this is our nutrition facts. So let's look into the different parts so that we will be able to, before we're able to understand it, we have to learn first how to read this nutrition label. So let's look into the different areas or parts. So first, sabi natin dito, you start here. So number one natin, you start here. So sabi, serving size, nakalagay dyan, 1 cup, 228 grams, serving per container, 2. So later on, we'll discuss what does this things actually means. Then nakalagay, check the calories. Alright? Nakalagay dito, 250 calories siya. And then calories is from fat, 110 calories. Then limit this nutrients. So sabi, we have to limit your total fats, cholesterol, and sodium. And then get enough of this. What are these nutrients that you need to get enough? We have to look into yung dietary fiber natin, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. And footnote, we will also look into the meaning of these footnotes. And lastly, number 6, sabi natin, ano nga ba yung meaning ng, let's say, 18%, 15%? What does this values actually mean? So let's start with how many servings. So in this particular example, balikan lang natin, this is actually the sample label for mac and cheese or macaroni and cheese. So nakalagay doon, serving size niya is 1 cup. And then serving per container is 2 cups. So let's begin with this very important thing that you have to understand and learn. Yung serving size, 1 cup. So ibig sabihin, ang 1 serving niya is 228 grams or 1 cup. So what does it mean? It means all the values given here in this nutrition label is actually good for 1 cup or 1 serving po natin. Ano nga yung 1 serving natin? That is 228 grams. Okay? So, ayan. Mamaya, tingnan natin yung mamaya sa calories and fats natin. So, but for the meantime, let's focus on the serving size natin, which is 1 cup. Okay? Now, nakalagay dito, serving per container. So, nung binili natin tong not nutrition labels, but rather this food item, which is mac and cheese, ilan daw yung cups na nandoon sa isang packaging? So, ang sabi natin, meron tayong 2 cups. Ulitin ko lang. The nutrition facts or na nakalagay sa nutrition label natin is always based on 1 serving size. In this particular example, the serving size is 1 cup or 228 grams. But when you bought this particular mac and cheese, one packaging actually contains 2 servings already. So, ano yung implication nito sa atin? Alright. So, let's look into the calories and calories from fat. So, sabi dito, remember that the number of servings you eat determines the number of calories you actually eat. So, halimbawa po, nakalagay dito, 250 calories tayo. 250 calories ang nakukuha natin per serving ng mac and cheese. So ano nga yung one serving natin? That's 1 cup. Ang problema, meron daw 2 cups doon sa isang packaging. So if you are able to consume the 2 cups, di hindi siya 250 calories lang. Ilan siya? Times 2 mo siya. So that would be 500 calories. So halimbawa, sa mga chips, tignan nyo ngayon, ano yung net weight? Ano yung serving size? Nakalagay serving size, 30 grams ng chips. Ang nabili nyo, malaki. So tignan mo yung net weight. Ang net weight niya is 100 grams. So ang tanong, ilang 30 grams meron sa 100? So actually, pag kinumpute po natin siya, that would be, meron po tayong 3 and 1/3 servings. Do you get that? So kung 3 and 1/3 servings, tapos meron siyang 100 calories for example per serving, so that would be 3.5 times 100 calories. So you're able to eat at least 333 calories. Kasi minsan nakita natin, meron lang pala akong 250 calories. Again, that 250 calories is actually for one serving only. Or, let's say doon, 100 calories per 30 grams. Meron kang 100 grams. So, meron kang 3 and 1/3 servings. Do you get that? So, kasi parang, ang liit naman, 100 calories lang siya. Nakalagay, 3 servings siya. So, it's 100 calories. That would be multiplied to 3, which will now give us 300 calories. Alright? So, yun po yung ibig sabihin niyan. Then, very important that we look into the calories coming from fats. Why is that so? Remember during the first part of our discussion at the start of the SEM, we talk about empty calories. Ano po ba yung mga empty calories? These are foods that will give us a lot of calories, but these calories only come from 2 sources. What are those? Fats and sugars. Are we saying fats and sugars are bad? No. We do not say that because these are actually very important nutrients. But then again, just like what we discussed last time, in excessive amount, these are actually bad for our health. And at the same time, we discussed before that at least 60% of your total calories or energy requirement per day should be coming from where? Is it fats? No. The answer is carbohydrates. Fats should only, sabi dito, fat should only give you 25% of your total energy requirements for the day. So imagine, if the calories is actually coming from the fats, 110, do you know that almost half or 44% of the calories that you will be getting from this mac and cheese came from fat? Is it good? No, because sabi natin 25% lang. That's the reason why it is important to indicate the number of calories coming from fats. Imagine sa mac and cheese kalahati nun, that actually came from fats. Which is not actually a good thing because gusto natin, ang calories natin mga galing sa complex carbohydrates, no? And at the same time, sa protein and sa fats. In other words, may balanse sa macronutrients natin. Pero in this case, almost half of the calories actually came from fats, which is actually not really good. So imagine if you are able to eat the 2 containers, nagutom tayo, that's 220 calories already coming from fat, and then a total of 500 calories for the 2 servings of mac and cheese. Okay? All right. So, the question now is, sa calories, how will we know if it's high, low, or moderate? So, ito yung general guides natin. If the calories per serving is actually 40 calories, that's actually low. So 40 calories and below. If it's between 40 and 100, that's actually moderate. So okay pa rin po siya. But if it's nasa 400 calories na, that's actually high. So tignan natin itong example natin kanina, 250. Aha, so nasa between 100, hindi pa naman siya. Kasi pag nasa 400 na, tsaka siya maging high. Alright? So actually, yung sa 40 to 100, moderate pa lang yan. Kung mga lagpas ng 100, 200 calories, nasa moderate pa rin siya. Pero pag more than 400 calories na high. Kasi pag lower than 40 naman, that's low. So this is actually based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So bakit 2,000 in average? Kasi di ba we discussed last time sa anong tawag dito sa nutritional needs or caloric needs, magkaiba yung caloric needs ng women or ng females versus sa males or men. So sabi natin, pag female, nasa 1,100 calories lang. Pag male, around 2,300 calories. So in-average na lang natin siya sa 2,000 calories, I mean. So ulitin ko lang, 40 and below, low, 100 calories within that range, moderate, more than 400 calories, that's actually high already. So okay na naman ang high provided the nutrients will be coming from complex carbohydrates. Unfortunately, most of the time, it does come from your fats. Okay? So ulitin ko lang ha, give emphasis on this one. Remember that the number of servings you eat determines the number of calories you actually eat. So tignan nyo muna yung serving size before tayo matuwa na ay 100 calories lang, yung pala 5 servings agad doon sa loob. So that's already 500 calories. Alright. So next natin, ano nga ba yung percent daily value? The percent daily value or percent DV is based on 100% of the daily value of each nutrient. The percent daily value tells you if a serving of food is high or low in a certain nutrient. So what we're saying here is that, for example, nakalagay dito, total fat, 18%. It means that if you will be able to consume one serving of mac and cheese, you have already consumed 18% of your total fat requirement for the day. So again, if you are able to eat, say you ate the 2 packagings or the 2 servings or the 2 cups, that's already 36%. So, sa one serving, sa sodium, 20% of your total sodium requirement for the day, alright, naibigay na ng mac and cheese. Sadly, sa dietary fiber, wala siyang naibigay. Sa vitamin A, only 4%. Sa vitamin C, it was only able to give 2%. Sa calcium, 20%. Sa iron, 4%. Sa cholesterol, 10%. Sa saturated fats, 15%. So question, sabi dito, it will tell you if the value is actually high or low. So paano natin malalaman kung high or low siya? If, eto na siya. Yan. If it's less than 5%, then the value is actually low. But if it's more than 20%, then the value is actually high. So remember earlier we said, limit this. Limit natin yung alin? Total fats, cholesterol, sodium. So what we're saying is that as much as possible, the percent DV of these nutrients should be less than 5%. So imagine 18%, that's already, hindi pa naman siya high. Pero sa high, kasi yung high is 20%. So yung sodium guys, so 20% siya. Kasi mahirap yun. Ano 470 milligrams, right? Mahirap siyang intindihan kung 470 milligrams. Although, siguro, kung alam niyo yung sodium requirement per day, which is 2,300 milligrams, malalaman niyo, uy, medyo malaki yung 470. Pero let's look na lang doon sa percent daily value. So 20%, 1/4 of what you need, you have already consumed it when you ate this mac and cheese. 18% actually came from total fats. And then cholesterol mo, 30 milligrams. 10%. 10% of your total requirement. Kasi ang requirement natin, normally mga nasa, well, depends sa literature. May mga references or literature sinasabi at nasa 200 milligrams lang yung kailangan, iba naman nasa 300 milligrams. So depende po yun sa FDA natin kung ano gagamitin nila. But in this case, I think they use 300 milligrams. That's why they were able to get 10%. Then get enough of this. Kung sa limit this, ang gusto natin lower than 5%, doon sa get enough of this, ang gusto natin more than 20%. Unfortunately, look, zero dietary fiber, which is very important ang dietary fiber because we discussed before that dietary fiber helps what? In lowering blood cholesterol level and at the same time, controlling and lowering blood sugar levels natin. This case, 0%, which is actually not good. Vitamin A mo, which is actually good or needed for us to have proper vision, is only at 4%. Vitamin C, tignan nyo guys, it's only at 2% in this particular example. And is it good? No, because we all know the importance of vitamin C. Vitamin C helps in collagen formation at the same time, it helps boost our immune system. Calcium, ito medyo okay. 20% kasi meron siyang cheese, right? And we know that cheese is a dairy product, which is actually a good source of calcium. Unfortunately, mataas yung fat content na galing sa cheese natin, which is actually at 18%. Iron. Oh. Saan ba kailangan ng iron? Iron is actually needed for red blood cell production. Para hindi tayo maging anemic, para magkaroon tayo ng energy. And we all know that red blood cell also carries the nutrients of the different cells in our body. It's only at 4%. So napakababa po yan. So limit this. The goal is to stay below 100% of the DB for each of these nutrients per day. So ano nga yun? Fat, cholesterol, sodium. Why do we need to limit this? We all know that fats in excessive amount could lead to overweight and pagiging obese. Alright? And at the same time, pag sobra yung fat mo, together with cholesterol, pwede yun mag-clog sa mga blood vessels natin. That could lead to hypertension or high blood pressure and other cardiovascular diseases or heart problems. And sodium also is what? Pag sobrang taas ang sodium mo, pwede kang magkaroon ng high blood pressure, hypertension, at the same time, kidney problems po natin. So what we're saying here is that we have to limit this. And in this particular example, sabi dito guys, balikan lang natin Ayan, trans fat, hindi pinakita yung percent ng trans fat, right? Pero nakalagay yung number of grams ng trans fat. In this case, sa example natin dito, 1.5 grams. In another example, kanina, 3 grams. So what should be the values of trans fat? We discussed that before when we were talking about fats. It should be at 0 gram. 0 gram dapat ang trans fat natin. Is this saturated fat percentage high? 15% daw. Is it high? The answer is yes. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Out of the 12 grams, out of the 12 grams, 3 grams or 15% of your total fat amount came from saturated fat. Ang tanong, ilang percent lang ba dapat ang minemaintain sa saturated fats? Some literatures are saying it should be 10% or low. Iba naman 12, pero we can use na lang 10%. So is 15% a high amount of saturated fats? The answer is yes. Because sabi dun sa ating discussion about fats, di ba meron tayo yung polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, tsaka saturated fats. The saturated fats should what? Comprise around 10%, probably up to 12% of the total fat amount consumed per day. In this case, 15%. Medyo mataas. And trans fat, it has no nutritional value to us. It should be at 0 grams. Sodium, 470 milligrams. Parang kumain ka niya ng almost 1/4 teaspoon of asin or salt. Diba? So not really that good for us. But, sabi naman, we try to get 100% of what? Fiber. Para saan ng fiber? Binasyo ko na. Ulitin natin. Review natin. It is good use, I mean, in lowering blood cholesterol level and blood sugar levels. Unfortunately, this particular example, 0%. Vitamin A at 4, vitamin C at 2, calcium at 420, iron at 4%. So, sabi na, ay sir, di ba, meron naman siyang dalawang cups. Meron siyang dalawang cups. So, yung calcium ko magiging 40% na. Yes, tumaas ang calcium mo, but then again, tumaas din, na-double din yung amount ng fats natin. So, balance lang po dapat tayo. Okay? So, we need to have more than 20% doon sa packaging material natin ng fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Sabi, try to get 100% of the DV or daily value for each of these nutrients each day. That's why it says here, get enough of this nutrients po natin and limit these nutrients. What are those? Fat, cholesterol, and sodium, and get enough of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Okay? So that's how you interpret it, no? Alright, so ito naman, ano ba mga footnotes natin? Yan. Sa protein, mapapansin nyo guys, wala siyang percent DV. The reason for this is because different age groups will actually have different protein requirements. So in this case lang, protein nga 13 grams. Dito nasa left side natin nutrition facts, no? On the other side naman, sa right side natin, 9 grams lang po siya. So which is better? So ang better dito is yung ating 13 grams. But, tignan nyo ngayon yung sugars natin. Yung sugars natin doon sa nasa left side natin is only at 10 grams. Wala rin siyang percent value kasi we don't normally put percent value. But ang sinasabi natin, dapat lowered lang tayo ng amount doon sa sugars natin. On the other hand, dito sa right side natin, meron siyang 44 grams. So, let's try to interpret this. Balikan natin. Ang sabi natin sa food guide pyramid, dapat we should have around at least 5 servings of sugars per day. Okay, 5. So, pwede namang siyang 5 to 7, pero sabi natin at least 5. So, ano nga ba yung 1 serving natin? 1 serving is actually 5 grams of sugar. Imagine, dito sa left side natin, this is actually at 10 grams. So, ilang servings yun ng teaspoons? So, 10 divided by 2 kasi, 10 divided by 5 I mean, kasi 5 grams per teaspoon. So, that's already 2 servings. So, imagine if you will be able to consume this nutrition facts at the left, you already consume ilan? 2 teaspoons of sugar. Paano pa itong 44? So, kung 44 divided by 5 po natin, that's actually 8.8. So, roughly, when you consume or when you eat, I mean, this particular item sa right side, it's almost as the same siya sa pagkain ng almost 9 teaspoons of sugar. Ito maganda sana kasi calories from fat is 25 lang. Ito 0. Okay sana tong particular example. Mababa din yung sodium, mababa din yung cholesterol. Pero ang problema, mababa din yung um, protein natin. Yung dietary fiber, actually 3 grams okay na yan. Kasi nasa mga 3 grams yung kailangan pwede nang ibigay natin. Yan. Okay? So, ayun. So, like this, for example, yan. Yung, anong tawag dito? Yung ating calcium. Yung calcium natin, nakalagay dito, 45, anong tawag dito? 45%. 45%. Okay? So, okay siya. Kasi, more than 20% po siya. Okay? Halimbawa naman, sa calcium din dito, 35%. Okay? So, okay pa rin siya. Pero, other nutrients po natin dito, guys, mababa. Okay? It's actually very low. So, sa fiber, ang kailangan natin per day is at around 25 to 30 grams per day. So, kung titinan mo siya, ilang sa 25 grams, so if we're gonna convert it into 20%, so sabi ko nga, Yan, pwede na po yung mga 3 to 5% tayo ng fiber. At least makuha sana natin siya. Pero sana mas maganda, sorry, 3 to 5 grams, I mean. 3 to 5 grams sana tayo per serving portion para makuha natin yung mga medyo, anong tawag dito? 5% man lang of the fiber natin. Okay? Pero gusto natin 20%. So 20% ng fiber, so that would be sana mga 5 grams nga siya. Kaya mga 3 to 5%. 3 to 5 grams, I mean, ang kailangan natin na percent. Sorry for that one. Okay? So yun po siya. So which is healthier? Which is healthier if you're gonna compare this to the one at the left side, no? Kasi zero fat siya. Although, at saka lower yung sugar content niya. At the same time, wala siyang calories from fats. Okay? So, ayun po yung ibig sabihin ng mga values natin. And then lastly, yung mga footnotes niya. So, very important, tignan natin yung footnotes. Yung mga, sa food sample 1, yung nasa left side, so ito yung mga ingredients na nakalagay. Sa food sample 2, ayan, hinighlight ko ay binulugan natin yung high fructose corn syrup. Bakit po siya nakalagay? Ito po yung reason kung bakit may 44 grams tayo ng sugar. Nanggaling po siya doon sa added sugar natin kung tawagin, which is high fructose corn syrup. So, tignan niyo din, saan ba nanggaling yung sugar niya? Saan ba nanggaling yung fats niya? Like this one, non-fat milk yung ginamit. Ito, kaya yung sa right side natin may konting fat siya kasi nakalagay sa note sa footnotes niya, cultured grade reduced fat milk. Reduced lang siya, hindi siya uh, zero fat. Kasi skim milk lang siya. Kasi pag skim milk, meaning you just reduce the amount of fat. Pag zero fat siya, ibig sabihin, wala talagang fat content po siya. So let's just have a review. Let's go back to all of this. So dito lang natin itong sa atin Again, going back, start here. So serving size natin, ulitin ko lang, this nutrition facts or nutritional value is always based on one serving of an item. So check nyo yung net weight, check nyo yung servings per container or servings per packaging. So sabihin, the 250 calories, the 110 calories fat content came from what? How many servings? One serving. And then, unfortunately, dito may 2 servings tayo. Then limit these nutrients, total fats, cholesterol, sodium. Good value is 5% or below for your fat, cholesterol, and sodium. And then get enough of these nutrients, dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. Get 20% of that. So you don't need to memorize the number of grams or the amount in grams. Just look into the percent daily value for you to be able to know up kung okay ba siya or hindi. So ulitin ko 5% or less for total fat, cholesterol, sodium, and get 20% or more for your dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, because we have discussed already this importance or the importance of these nutrients. Okay? So yung check calories, pag 40, low. Pag 100, moderate. Pag more than 400, siya ay already high. Actually, no, I hope you can look into some of the nutritional facts or labels of some of the processed foods that you like to eat. Marami yan. Yung mga, tingnan yan yung mga canned goods natin, yung mga chocolates, yung soft drinks, ilan kayang sugars ang nandyan. Anong patawag dito? Yung mga instant noodles natin, ilan kaya yung sodium na nandoon, ilan kaya yung fats na nandoon, you'll be surprised it's a little bit high. Pero very low siya sa vitamin A, C, calcium and iron, and dietary fiber. And then, yun, we discuss as well yung ating mga footnotes natin. Sa footnotes, makita natin dyan ano yung mga ingredients na meron po tayong dinagdag. Okay? So, with that, we end our lesson. I hope that because of what we discussed today, all right, every time you're going now to buy something from the grocery or supermarket, you're now going to look into the nutrition facts and you already know how to read and understand these things. Now, by the way, you might ask, why is it that in the Philippines, hindi lahat ng processed foods or manufactured foods actually have nutrition facts? As far as I know, there's no law yet. No law yet uh, requiring requiring these companies or food items to actually put nutrition labels, because in other countries like in the European countries and US, nutrition facts or nutrition labels are actually a requirement before ka magbenta sa labas. Sir, paano may mga fast food chains or some things like that, you can check yung theoretical nutritional value niya. You can use yung USDA food composition table to check the nutrition labels of that. But for those items na may nutrition facts, you just need to read this nutrition facts. And with that, all right, we end our lesson. I hope, again, that you have learned how to read and understand yung nutrition labels po natin and aning mga meaning po ng nutrition labels natin. All right, have a great day!